So, Louis, I don't know if you're aware, you and I are actually locked into a pretty serious war with each other in terms of Ormeau Baths.
Mm-hmm.
And that is the war for who can get the most packages delivered. And I'd say it's pretty neck and neck right now.
Yeah, let me be clear. It's not because I'm ordering them.
Okay.
They're just returned. This is our return centre. So like that's rather than go to Cookstown and we have to drive to Cookstown, I just like kindly asked Claire and she's like, yeah, no problem. But I don't really think she knew that we'd be getting an
The
order.
extent of it.
Yeah, like
But this is the perfect advertisement for how flexible Ormeau Baths is for its members.
Mate, do you imagine how flexible it is for me having a small European team? Like my alternative, go buy an office. Fuck that. No way. Like go buy an office, have 3 dreary people in it, a crappy kitchen, a toilet, like...
Why are the people dreary? Do they have to be dreary?
Because they're not in this environment.
Oh, come on. This guy's a marketer. He knows what he's up to.
They're in a problem solution.
This guy read the assignment.
Yeah. So, but that's the thing. You get a mastermind group here. You get all the people. You get amazing facilities, 6 meeting rooms, a shower. How many call booths? 6 call booths minimum, 2 wings. If you don't like the guys in the west wing, you go to the east wing.
Bro.
And vice versa.
I never thought about 2 wings help your business soar. There's so much we could do with this.
Whoa.
So much we could do. Should we spend the rest of the episode just workshopping Ormeau Baths marketing campaigns?
Right, get the whiteboard out, boys.
Welcome back to Meet the Members. This is ridiculous. A podcast mini-series where we get to know and learn from some of the incredible people who call Ormeau Baths their business home. This guy here clearly has made it very, very obvious that he's a marketer. This is Louis Pearson. Who are you?
Who am I?
What are you identifying as these days? Because you're a multifaceted entrepreneurial guy.
Yeah, I think, I try not to attach too much to identity. I think I would consider myself a thoroughbred entrepreneur purely because I struggle with commitment, mate. That's really what I've come to realize.
AKA shiny object syndrome.
Oh, yeah. I'm a human, a human crow, if that's a thing. Is it magpies or crows get shiny?
Magpies love the shiny stuff.
Okay, well, I'm a human magpie.
It's a good name for a book.
Human magpie?
Human magpie.
Yeah, well, bro, I'm sorry, I've trademarked it.
Could you put down a notion to trademark that before he gets out of this room? I'll sell it to you for 10 quid, mate.
But yeah, I don't know. I would have identified with being, an athlete. I would have identified being an entrepreneur. I would have identified, I don't know. I wouldn't know how to put myself in a box.
Mm-hmm.
But I could be very easily put in a box. I just try not to use those kind of things.
Sure. What does a day in the life look like for you? I can see your desk from where we are right now.
Yep.
And I don't know if it shows up in the wide, but what's going on behind the computer screen?
Right now, what's going on behind that computer screen? I'm back to studying. I am running a lot with a marathon coming up. I am working for an American apparel company. I run their European operation. I am trying to actually live a quiet life after a very, very busy kind of nine months, really. Well, nearly a year, actually. So I would say a culmination of all of that. And all of it kind of is bringing, fun, interesting observations and new things, but also challenges.
You're between seasons.
Yeah.
What it sounds like.
Absolutely.
Interesting. And what had you busy for the 9 months?
I was traveling a lot with work. Prior to that, I was doing a big fitness competition, and it pretty much took all my time for 2 years. And then post that, my boss was like, "Right, time to do your job." And I'm like, "No."
I hate when bosses say that.
I fucking hate it. So yeah, I pretty much spent 9 months flying between here and LA. A disaster. Oh, it's so tough. I'm only joking, but. Yeah, it was just on a flight, every month out there or, wherever they needed me to be. And so got to January, February this year and was dead. Was just exhausted from it. Very intense, tough on the body, tougher than I thought it would be. And I didn't realize the impact it was having,
Have you been in a similar situation like that in your entrepreneurial journey before?
Yeah, I think I have. I probably have had 2 really bad bouts of burnout in my career so far. One when I was about 23, the other actually, I would say I'm coming to the tail end of it now. I think the one when I was at 23 was just kind of doing too much. You know, it was just stress physically manifesting, I think. You know, and what that looked like for me was just I was working 2 part-time jobs, had a dissertation to do, was doing my last year of uni, was second year into, or year 2 of a startup business. You know, I had a girlfriend at the time. And so and I was training. So like my time was just like from 7 a.m. to 2 a.m. I was up and I was at it. And I think I just pushed the limit too hard. I seen where my limit was. And it was tough to come back from that. I think like I actually was walking and reflecting the other day, and I was like, if I could actually explain what burnout is to anybody, it is like, it's like forgetting everything you know, not because you've forgotten it, but because the thought of it scares the shit out of you, or it just like has such a negative emotional association that you don't even want to place that thought, thing, concept, way of thinking at the forefront of your mind. You don't want to load the program.
That's it. I was just about to ask, is it like you've got a folder on your desktop and you just delete it, or you refuse to open it?
You refuse to open it.
How has the community here played a role in this season of your life, or just wider in your business life in general?
Mate, you know what? I'll tell you a story. It happened 3 weeks ago.
We love stories.
Standing in the kitchen, talking to Mummy Claire.
Mama Baths.
Mama Baths. And, you know, I had some shit going on, you know. And, you know, stuff that I think at the time I just needed someone to listen and to hear. And so I was standing in the kitchen, just venting more than anything. There was nothing really constructive coming out of my mouth. And there's another guy, Ricky, in here, and you know, I love him for it, like, and I wrote him a wee note and all, like, after it. It just hit me. But he's like, we don't want to hear this. And I turned around and I was like, damn. And he's like, no, like, you know what you're capable of. You know what you're able to do. You know what you want for yourself. Like, I want to hear you be happy about the opportunity, be happy about this change. And I literally came out of the kitchen and I sat at the desk for, no joke, maybe 20 minutes of just pure stillness. And that's a very long time for me to sit still and not be stimulated by something. And I was like, he's right. He's so right. Like, you know, and I was just like, if I was sitting at home as well, like, would I have a Ricky sitting in my kitchen to just
bother you real quick?
In that moment,
yeah.
I was in a metaphorical pinball machine, right? I was the pinball. Ricky was one of those arms nudging me in the right direction, right? So say Claire's the left arm and Ricky was the right one. Claire with a nice soft approach of, yes, what's wrong? Like, you know, let me listen.
Ricky,
you know,
with the 5-star frog splash.
Then Ricky with the RKO already know her. And I was like, he's right. He's so right. So that's just an example of, I just consider Ormeau Baths to be one big mastermind group. No joke. When you think about it, like, if, you know, you've heard that, like, cliche of you are the product of the 5 people you spend most of your time with. Yes, that's absolutely true with regards to your friends. But, you know, imagine you worked in a workspace where every single person is an operator or a killer in their own way, or their own right, sorry. Like, you imagine that. Like, so your foundational level of hard and soft skills, whether that be like communicators, guys in procurement, guys in fucking, like, you know, recruitment, guys in, you know, tech startups, guys who are doing, you know, who are in that early three-year stage business of their life, which is exciting and raw and fun. And then you've got guys that are doing, you know, been in projects for 10 plus years. Having that mixture of people, like, you think if we were baking a cake and those people were the ingredients, it'd be a very fucking good cake.
That's the new strapline for their website, I think.
Yeah. But it's one big, like, mate, I've sold a business out of here. I started in here in 2019 with a tech startup. I have held meetings in here that have then led to, you know, incredible big things. Like, I have got advice from people in here. I have, you know, I've met you. I've met so many different people that, like, you know, the Andy McCrackens, the Mark McCrackens, you know, even James McSporn, all these people, Becca, like, that are just always there and just on this same path. And they might not be serving, you know, they might not be serving the same flavor, but they're still serving ice cream. about that one. Huh?
This is good. This is a lot of short material here. This is what we're in the business of.
Yeah, this is going to be your first TikTok Ormeau Baths Meet the Member.
I love it, mate.
Yeah.
I love it. Actually, I only have one more question because you've naturally covered all my points, which is great.
Awesome.
If you could go back in time to a 23-year-old LP,
yeah,
and he was coming out of burnout, and he was dusting himself off, what sort of things would you say to him?
Don't give yourself such a hard time. My self-talk used to be brutal.
Yeah.
You know, and I think, like, once you accept yourself, accept your bullshit, because we all have it, the better you'll be. And I really struggled to accept myself. I struggled to accept what my weaknesses were. Mm-hmm. You know, I struggled to tame a lot of parts of my personality. And if I'd only tamed it earlier, you know, goodness knows where I'd be. Mm. And, you know, that can be equally as motivating as it is sad. Mm-hmm. But look, that's life.
100%. Well, there we go. If you've enjoyed this episode, you can check out more from our members. Yeah, get that sound effect blaster going. If you're on the fence about making Ormeau Baths your business home, that was the best sales pitch you'll ever hear for it. So thank you, LP. And you can head to the Ormeau Baths website. You can click the link in the description of wherever it is that you're listening to this. And get in touch, book a tour, come say hello, have a cup of coffee, see how Ormeau Baths can work for you and your business. And other than that, LP as always, pleasure.
It's been a pleasure. Never a chore.
See ya.